about joints. We'll talk about what? Joints. Now, in our last class, we discussed about the vertebrate skeleton. We will talk about the axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. But in today's class, we are going to talk about the joints. What is a joint? A joint is where two bones meet. It's where two bones meet and they bring about what? Movement. That is, they come together and articulate and bring about movement. Joint is a place where two bones meet and articulate together to bring about movement. Now, on the board, we have the diagram of what? Diagram of a joint. We have diagram of a joint, and if you look at it very well, it shows the parts that are found in a joint. Now, we have what we call the articular cartilage. The articular cartilage is where an adjacent bone can be fixed. An adjacent bone can be fixed from the articular cartilage. Then we also have the synovial fluid. The synovial fluid secretes, that is, it helps to lubricate the bones. It helps to do what? To lubricate the bones, the two bones that are attached together. That's the function of synovial fluid. But the synovial membrane helps to secrete the synovial fluids. Synovial membrane helps to secrete the synovial fluids. Ligaments. The ligament is a tissue. Ligament is a tissue that helps to fix bones together. The ligament is a tissue that helps in the attachment of bones. It fixes the two bones together. So ligament is found in between. It's found in between two bones. But tendon is found attaching is a tissue that helps to attach muscles to bones. Because we are discussing about muscles. So tendon helps to attach muscles to bone. That's the function of tendon. And this attachment helps to bring about movement, because muscles attach to bone to bring about movement. Good. So we have different types of joints. Then the two major types of joints we have. We have the movable joints and the immovable joints. The movable joints and the immovable joints. Now, the movable joints allow movements of bones against one another. While the immovable joint does not allow movement of bones against one another. Good. Now, the first type of movable joint there is the ball and socket joint. The ball and socket joint allow movement in all directions. It allows movement in all directions. Ball and socket joints allow movement in all directions. And this ball and socket joints can be seen in the shoulder. It can be seen at the shoulder and the hips. Shoulder and the hips. It can be seen at the shoulder and the hips. In the shoulder, the humerus fixes into the hand, into a cavity called glenoid cavity, and a ball and socket joint is formed, which allow movements in different direction. Also in the hips, the head of the femur, which is the upper thigh bone, head of the femur, which is the upper thigh bone at the leg, fixes into the glenoid cavity. Fixes into the acetabulum. Glenoid cavity is for the shoulder, acetabulum is at the hips, which brings about about ball and socket joint. The next is the hinge joint. The hinge joint is a joint that allow movement in one direction, and this hinge joint can always be found at at the knee and ankle. It's always found at the knee and ankle. This is the wrist and ankle, sorry. Always found at the wrist, the knee and the ankle, sorry. Found at the knee. This is your wrist, sorry. Always found at the wrist and the ankle. Then we have the gliding and sliding joint. The gliding and sliding joint is found at the finger. You can see it at your finger. That is, they move against one another. Gliding and sliding joints can be found at the finger. Then the last is the pivot joint. The pivot joint is seen at the what? The axis, because the axis, the vertebra, is made up of the first part of the vertebral column is made up of the axis and the what? The atlas. It's made up of the axis and the atlas. Axis and atlas. It helps in what? In rotation of what? The head. It helps in the rotation of the head. That is, it plays an important role in what? In rotation. That is, the head rotates due to the what? The presence of what? The pivot joint. And this is found at the what? The axis and what? Atlas. Now, this rotation of the head is what we call the odontoid process. We call it what? The odontoid what? Process. What brings about the odontoid process is the what? The axis vertebra. The axis vertebra brings about the odontoid what? Process. So we are going to see this. We are going to continue in the next what? Episode.